everyone, today I'll be reviewing this movie dropped on Netflix. It's called Viva, Mexico. So I say this movie came out in March 23, but it wasn't box office hit or anything like that. But this movie finally dropped on Netflix. And in this movie, you see this guy, he's really very successful and he has really good life. We see have nice house, wife and kids. He's really happy in this movie, but we see he has this dream in this movie. Starts with like, his dad and his grandfather is coming after him and they're trying to take him out, and every night he has this dream. And later we see like his dad who lives in Mexico, and he's calling him over and over, and he's like, why is my dad calling him? Finally he takes the call and he find out that his grandfather, who he had all this dream that trying to kill him, left him all this inheritance, like which is, you have to see the movie to find out what did he left him. So looks like in this movie, like when he goes there in his like in this village where he grew up with this fancy wife and kids, he goes there and then he find himself very difficult position because he's not or should I say his wife is not used to, like, this is like exactly like Laurel village where nothing is exists there. And we see all his family is there, they're all minor, and like on all these village people, like they know each other. And of course when he get this thing, his grandfather left him, finally it's arrived. And when he opened that thing, and we see all these village people, they tried to take him out because he inherited all this thing. Okay, so what do I think about this movie? I think on the paper, this movie's plot sounds really interesting, even when I was watching it, because this movie does have a lot of twist and turn. When you watch it, you're like, whoa, this is interesting. Especially, okay, maybe we have seen this kind of story before. I found it interesting, this city guy going to the village, and he's facing all this problem, and they are sometimes so funny. So this movie, some of the scene I was really laughing out loud because it's really funny, and some of the scene is like also very like kind of like silly. When you watch it, you're like, whoa. Overall, this movie, some of the part while I really liked watching, overall I feel like this movie is length time. This movie is 3 hours and 11 minutes long, and it came to theater. Who has time to watch this for 3 hours? Like, this movie is really long, and when you watch it, you can cut out all of this scene from this movie, because this movie does have very interesting things happening in the last act and throughout the movie. It could have been a show or something. Maybe if they turn into a series, it could have been work, because this movie is too long. It's too long. 3 hours is too long. If I was making, no way I would have made that movie 3 hours. The cast, I think they did good job. Like, they did so funny sometime, and all these people, I thought all the acting was really good. Overall, I'm gonna say I did have some good time watching it. It wasn't like waste of my time or anything like that, because as I was saying, I like this kind of story, this city successful guy going to the village. As I was saying, it is a funny sometimes. It's quite funny sometimes, and I guess it is meant to be satire. How everything changed toward the end, it was like how his I guess these are spoiler or not, I don't know. Spoiler warning. How his life is ended. This movie was upside down. It was really something. As I was saying, overall, I thought it was okay movie. The story was interesting, but unfortunately, this movie's editing is like, it's too long. No reason to be this much long. If it was shorter, I think people could like enjoy this movie more. But still, I think some of the parts are funny in this movie. I really like the location for this movie a lot. Like, they goes to this village. It's just, in a rural village. It was interesting. At first, we see he lived in this fancy neighborhood. Then he goes to the village. It was like, some part I really laughed. I was like, it's funny. But overall, the runtime is really ruined the overall watch, I think. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed my this review, don't watch some other reviews on other Netflix movie. If you enjoy this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.